Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Creeper World 4. That is right, we are back heading into the colony section yet again for the newest map available. It is an LPAC, and just so you're aware, the map that we played last time as the newest map available is already on the next page. You know, this kind of shows how fast people are jumping in, and as you can see, I have loaded it up, but that's all I have done, just loaded it, just to hopefully speed up the transaction to get into the game. And yeah, it's an LPAC, which is fantastic. We have loads of things going on. The humans have colonized one of our old cities. This insult and desecration of our histories and land will not be forgiven. Destroy them and reclaim our ancient heritage lands. That's right, we are going for the ancient heritage lands of the Creep. Feeling pretty okay, you know. Let's give it the old top down. We're feeling pretty okay. We do have all of our set options. Again, I'm just pointing that out from as this is the new change. Again, we can change if you don't like the mouse crossover. Please let me know. I will turn it off. I have no problem with it. I know where my mouse is, so if that's annoying to you, I'm happy to change it. If you like it, I'm happy to keep it. Please let me know. So here we go. What do we have? We have an emitter here. 50 every 0.5, which is 50 every 15. We have an emitter that is nullified over here, which is 10 every 15. So it is the same speed emitter. So neither one really is. It's not like this is a better emitter. It's just a closer to the front emitter. We have a spore launcher, which we don't know how many spores it's going to do. We have a skimmer factory. Again, don't know what it's going to do. Blob nest, don't know what it's going to do. And an air sac cauldron. We don't know what it's going to do. I'm always hesitant with spores because all it takes is one rocket and a spore launcher is nullified, so I'm probably not going to be using the spores too much. Blobs, always fun. Skimmers, always fun. More creep, always fun. Air sacs, depending on how well we do, maybe. But it does look like this is quite the defense. It is quite high ground. Tons of mortars. Tons of super mortars. So I'm not going to be probably too keen on the air sacs. Again, all it takes is one missile launcher and an air sac is effectively nullified, and they have them scattered throughout the map. Loads of MRFs, 2 here. I think there's one in each of these little zones. So yeah, loads of MRFs, not the best. Perfectly fine though. And then what is this? We have shields with MRF. So every shield has their own MRF, which is great, of course. You know, what's a shield without an MRF? You know, you can't surround it and just say we took the shield. You have to take the MRF inside of the shield. It's fine. It's fine. We're obviously going to be powering up our emitter. We're probably going to focus on this quite a bit at first, of course. And where do we go from here? Of course, we want the emitter in the center, closer to the front lines, always the better emitter. At the same time, loads of cannons in the way. It kind of says, go this way, and, I mean, I'm not sure if you know, but I do tend to say, walls are good. So that's probably where we are going to hit, and let's get going. So thank you very much for checking out this video, by the way. As you know, I am still just making content and trying to have fun. I hope you enjoy. I am slowly on the road to 1,000. If I get 1,000, I will try and get a new microphone. I've been told this one is fine. I've been told this one is bad. I don't know. I just want to try and be happy for everybody. So, one day at a time. I do appreciate all the support, all the comments. It is great. I try to respond to every single one. And thank you for that. That is my little PSA of the day. Rocks we will try and save to get rid of the MRFs or shields. So I'm not going to be using rocks willy-nilly. Definitely don't want to be using those willy-nilly, of course. And let us keep going. Again, we are just going to keep upgrading, and this is naturally spreading over here, which is exactly what we wanted to see, because we're going to toss 2 eggs over here just to sort of disrupt this. And once it gets close enough, which it looks like it is slowly getting close enough, we're also going to toss 1 egg there and 1 egg there for when it gets close enough. I don't want to pop them just yet. My goal kind of would be pop both sides at once. That'd be kind of cool. But we're going to keep juicing up our boy. Here we go. 150. I'll tell you, you know, it's not too bad. But maybe we do need to just pop them a little early. There we go. That'll pop this side. That'll pop that side. Hopefully, we shall see. We have 1 egg for double support, which is fantastic. Boom. Boom, look at that. We have eggs going off, which will reinforce this, which will make this spread, and then we have the 2 eggs on this side. Ooh, the egg at the top did bounce down. Slight problematic, but it should actually shut off the power. which works. I mean, just shutting off power is always a good thing, right? If they can't refill, then they're not going to do anything. So I think we did it. I think we did it. We did it. That's what I'm saying. We did do it, of course. There we go. And again, look at that. We've taken this entire corner. Walls are the best. They can't surround us. We're going to surround this. I mean, they're already out of power, so poof to them. And yeah, without this reinforcement over here, this might even fall naturally. Although at the same time, all it takes is like one egg, and it should fall to our will. Because we want to, again, stick to the wall. Walls are safety. And this one egg, it's going to be allowed to spread. It's going to get under this. There's no way this mortar survives. And then this mortar probably dies too. Yeah, because this mortar is just shooting the deepest of the creepest. It's like, I don't care that I'm completely encapsulated in creeper. There's a large pool over here. And yeah, they're dead as well. So feeling pretty okay. I do feel like this will be a egg-heavy game. As you can see, we have no mesh, which LPACs may or may not have mesh, so completely understandable. We have no crimson. I do have the show, like, special terrain, highlight better kind of thing, and I see none. I see no crimson, I see no creeper breeder, I see no anti-creeper breeder, which is great. No, I don't even see anti-creep, which is lovely. No one likes anti-creep, of course. So I'm very happy with that. But yeah, no crimson, no breeders. Like, it'd be nice if there were some, like, pools in here that we could sort of aim for and invade, but it looks like all of our utility is on this side of the map, so I'm a little scared of what's going to happen on the other side of the map right now. But again, we've taken a good piece. I'm feeling pretty okay. Again, we want walls and we want hills. So right now I think we want this hill. And we want this hill because it cuts off this whole section. You know what? I don't think I like the hover paths? Yeah, I don't like hover paths. I'm going to turn that off, save that option. Hover paths, you're done. And that's when you mouse over, say, a tower, it shows what it's connected to. It is helpful because you can say, oh, what is this one connected to? It's connected to that one and that one and that one. So you know when destroying things that you will be in a very good spot of cutting its juice, cutting its power. But I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to see it. It's annoying me. So again, we're getting our emitter powered up, feeling pretty good, and we're getting our surround on the second emitter, which is great. Oh, of course, you always want to surround, and we're going to use... is this a 3-egger? This might be a 3-egger. I'm gonna hold off on the third because we want to pop that as soon as this lands. We want to pop this as soon as possible. That is the big key. We have the capability to pop things ourselves, which is great, and we want to pop them as soon as possible. Now, why do you want to pop them as soon as possible? Because if you don't, they'll destroy completely the other egg before they move on. Now, by popping that as soon as possible, they actually started to attack the second egg that we popped down. And the first egg was actually allowed to spread out and destroy the rest of the top. Now, we can pop down an egg just to kill this. Kind of a waste. One egg for one mortar when it's going to get surrounded anyway. So I'm not going to be super worried about that. Now, over here, what do we have? We have an M-Rift. Oh, yes. Let's see if we can do the plan, right? We have these rocks. And our goal is to get an M-Rift and just... Oh, is it just out of range? Oh, that might just be out of range. Oh, no. It is just out of range. I was kind of hoping one little nugget was in there. Oh, this isn't going to work. Yeah. But that's okay. I just want to use a couple of rocks right there. Let's get our surround on this time. Because I think I now want to just blow this up. Just blow it up. We have eggs. We're popping our eggs. We're going to push in with creep, and it should get to the M-Rift, I think. Oh, was it not enough? Was it not enough? I mean, we got rid of the tower, but no, it was not enough. Oh my... you know what? I'm a fool. I am a complete fool. Boom, right there. There goes the nullifier. That's what we should have done. I was worried about the M-Rift. Why was I worried about the M-Rift? We literally have an emitter inside. just sniped the nullifier, of course. Silly me, silly me. Now we've taken it. Okay. So, poor plays are the best plays because they're the fun plays. You know, you learn something new every single day, and I learned that why go for the M-Rift when there's an emitter 2 feet away? You know? So I hope you learned that with me, and I hope you don't make that same mistake. You can probably save quite a few rocks, and again, rocks are super important. Rocks are your assault vessel, so you do not want to lose rocks willy-nilly. Again, feeling pretty good. We now have an emitter in the center of the map. It is a 0.5 emitter. We have one in the back, 270. We have one in the middle, which is 110. And basically, I think for the foreseeable future, we are going to be putting essentially everything into this emitter. Now, we can put things, obviously, into skimmers, blobs. Skimmers and blobs. Yes, skimmers and blobs. We'll watch the spore launcher, because if this is not a random spore launcher, it might be viable late game. So I'll maybe put points in late game. If it is a random spore launcher, map makers, please don't have spore launchers be random. Have them target structures, please. Have everything target structures, to be fair. Because if they're random and spores go to the back over here, then I don't even want to put a single point in that, because say I put 10 points into it and 5 points come back here, that's a lot of upgrades that we just put to essentially do nothing every time it goes off. So yeah, that is how I feel, and I'm sticking to it. Now we do want this M-Rift. The nullifier I want, but unfortunately I can snipe the nullifier right now, right? From right here, or right here or so. That should get just the nullifier. Now, that being said, say I get the nullifier. Okay. That doesn't do anything. No, this isn't going to breed creep. And by this not breeding creep, they're just going to rebuild the nullifier. And the problem is, this probably has like a minute and change until it launches. And that's just not going to do anything. So we're going to wait till we surround it with creep. Again, we are going to keep building up our creep stores because we want to just start overflowing. We want to start overwhelming these single towers. This group of 3 down here, I mean, you know what? They're going to get 1 egg right in the back. Again, towers, you always want to kind of disrupt their flow. All 3 are firing. Once we pop this, the 2 in the front, guaranteed dead. The 1 in the back, basically guaranteed dead. We've taken all 3. And, you know, did we need to take all 3? I mean, they were hindering, so why not? Same thing over here. We're going to want these mortars gone, because mortars, you know, they're just clamoring and causing all sorts of problems. So getting rid of these 3 will allow us to not only surround, but also start moving forward. And that's where we want to go, of course. We don't want to go backwards, we want to go forwards. Over here, again, still, you know, I don't necessarily care about the spore launcher, but we can shut down this M-Rift and shield. Oh no. Shield. There we go. There we go. M-Rift and shield. That's what we wanted to see. This rock should get returned to us. Unfortunately, I did accidentally place it. When using rocks, it's best to use top-down view. I mean, let's be fair. Let's be real. Ooh, this even popped. So 3 in a few seconds. You know, let's make it 5. Boom, boom. 5 in a few seconds. Oh no, by upgrading it, I made it reset its timer. No! Okay, again, another thing that I completely forgot. When you upgrade, you reset the time. Wait, that didn't reset. Sometimes it resets the timer. I don't know. Maybe if it's under a certain period of time, it will reset the timer. But that definitely reset the timer. And then I upgraded it one more, and it did not reset the timer. So, I don't know. We're storing up a huge amount of eggs, which is great. We are going to need it. I mean, look at this. We're going to need it to assault this, of course. No doubt in my mind whatsoever. Down here, look at this. We've almost done a full surround. Feeling pretty good about that. We've taken down the missile launcher, which is great. I was not paying attention when the spores fired. It's only 2, so I'm not super worried about it. But let's see. Do we want to do a surround here? Yeah. Let's just get a little bit of a surround going, because we just want to take out some of these mortars, of course. If we can take this one out, that means our creep should get a little bit closer. If we can get the full surround on, it should help just that little bit much. And this is just an M-Rift in our way. This actually is nothing. I mean, there's no gain for us taking this other than it's 4 mortars not shooting our main pile of creep, which of course we don't want 4 mortars shooting our main pile of creep, so yeah, of course we're going to want to destroy it. Let's get a little bit of flow going and surround this in essence. Feeling pretty okay here. We should get these mortars, which is great. And again, we're going to work towards the top, try and get these cannons out of the way, and that should essentially fill the surround here. We haven't taken everything, of course, but we've taken a good solid chunk. We'll put one more. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, so that's going to just turn off this area, which is fantastic. Allow our creep to flow in. Get the full surround on. Our creep is so thick because we destroyed so many mortars. This should get essentially the full surround in as well. That guy's doing pretty good though. I am surprised, so we're gonna drop one more right there. That should destroy the mortar that they were trying to rebuild. Confuse him because we are now pushing from multiple directions, and that one is now dead. These are falling, feeling pretty good again. And yeah, I think rock-wise, I want the nullifier. But it took out towers? It's weird that it prioritizes towers before nullifiers. I really need to get that in my head, because I keep just saying it should prioritize a building more than a... I don't want to say a non-entity. Towers aren't a non-entity, but at the same time, it's a tower versus an M-Rift. You know, come on. But that will officially destroy this, which is great. That will officially... leave this open, which we need 2 rocks to take. Hopefully the creep will just get deep enough to push in. Let's untransparent the creep, see how we're doing. I mean, this area, again, I hope it just starts to push in. But again, we don't have any major pushing power. We have no mesh. Mesh, we could use as pushing power. Mesh, you can mesh up to the edge. We can mesh into here and then mesh a little bit further and then mesh a little bit further. Mesh has pushing power, which is fantastic. Creep by itself has pushing power in numbers. Like, the more you have, the more it will sort of push into shields. So you can see, like, this side is pushing in further than this side because that's where the flow is, that's where the greatest quantity is. But they have a good amount of actual defense, which is problematic. I mean, they don't have a huge amount of defense, but all it takes is a shield and a couple cannons and a couple mortars, and you have a defense against just natural pushing creep. Like this, if they could get rid of this mortar, that would probably be the thing. And you can see it just getting there. And it got rid of the tower. And that mortar looks like it should be taking damage. Like, we go top down. That mortar should be taking damage right now. Oh, but the blob came in! Oh my gosh, look at the blobby action. And let's follow these spores. These spores are going... here. And here. Okay, so that's the spores. No, just say no to spores. That is the rule. I will not put a single point into the spores. Yep. Let's get a couple more blobs. Those blobs did great. Skimmers, we're probably going to want a couple more points in the skimmers. And I think we just want more creep. I think that's a big thing. Look at our bit level. We can go up to 1,000. We're at 4.6. This amount of creep is 4.6. So, you know. We can have 200 times the amount of creep on this map. So, and these are our only emitters. We have a 310 emitter, a 270 emitter, and yeah, feeling pretty okay about that. But we need to start pushing towards the front. We have 27 eggs. So what are we going to want to do? Now the question is, do we want to try and get to the air bases? Because obviously air bases are flying, or airships are flying across this entire line. That's going to be bad. Right, so we can just say, let's do a surgical strike on air bases. Not a bad thing entirely. This was at 8, right? I want to get to 10. I'm going to get both the blobs and the skimmers to 10, because, you know, round numbers and all. And there we have it. Look at them go. This won't actually do much in terms of assault because we're not actively engaging the front lines. That's okay. That's okay. Look at them go. Look at them little fellas. We're going to put this up to 10 as well, but I think we will do that slowly over time, because the reason I like the blobs more currently is, in my head, I have already said, this side looks better. And the reason for that, I shall explain, is look at this. There is no connection to this wall. So we have this tiny point, this tiny point, this tiny point, and we have these. This basically means the creep has to go along very thin paths into mortars, and that's terrible. We have a wall over here, which means we have the thickest, juiciest bit of land right here, and that leads right into their land. So this is our entry point right here. Skimmers over here are most likely going to be firing over here. I mean, realistically, it's the same amount of targets on either side. Now, maybe they fire over here, but say they fire at this, it stops in the middle, right? So no matter what, you're probably not going to be skimming this side of the map. So, Skimmers, I love you. You're probably my favorite unit in the game. But no, unfortunately. And no to Skimmers today. But again, we need more creep, because if you can see, we can't even push up against this. Like, we don't have the quantity at the moment. But the quantity itself is starting to push in here, and by pushing in a little, it's now taken the cake. We have an air sac coming in 3 minutes. Oh, happy days. The air sacs come. We believe in the air sac, and the air sac believes in us. I think we're in for a good time. So again, look at this Air Force. Look at them. They're just jerks. So I think step one, get a foothold here, right? We just get a foothold. Step two, we take out air forces. It's going to take quite a bit to take out the air forces, but I think we can do it. And you know what? We can even start working on step. Let's get our foothold. I want to make sure. 37 eggs. We should be plenty fine. But here come the blob wave, which is fantastic. Doesn't really matter, but we're just going to do just a little bit of backs around here. And that should be pretty good. So this should hopefully take out most of the mortars, if not all. We're not taking out that one, which is fine. There we go. So we got all of the mortars. Now the question is, can our creep get to the front lines fast enough? Now, as you can see, they are rebuilding, and I want to drop an egg, but I'm not going to drop it yet. Because look, some of the creep is making it, so if we had dropped an egg, that would have been not a wasted egg, but an egg that we didn't need to spend. And I might have gone overboard there, but I'm a little less confident in this corner. The wall, very confident. The non-wall, not as confident in. And we're going to actually start to try and get the cannons as well. These cannons are definitely problematic for us, because it's very thin for now. So we definitely don't have the thickness that we want. You know, we want big, girthy creep. Definitely don't have it yet, but it looks like we are starting to reinforce. And if we can reinforce to the cannons, then we're in a pretty good spot. Ooh, I don't want those mortars either. That creep probably would have flowed into it, so that was actually a wasted egg again. Trying, you know, I'm not trying to be the most optimal in the world. I don't really care. It's just, if I cannot waste an egg, I'd prefer not to, you know. It's one of those scenarios. I think we are ready to go towards the back for our assault. We can even take out their urn port, which is nice. Are we getting an air sac yet? Oh yeah, getting an air sac. Gonna get 100 more creep, a tick, of course, because you know what? It will help. Our blob's coming in, doing the blob work. Look at that blob. Look at him go. Oh, look at him crawl. He's gonna hit that mortar and is gonna. Oh nope, he got shot. You know, that just made me feel real bad. Like, real bad. From here, again, I think it is time to go for the air bases, because if we go for an assault here, these planes are going to destroy us, right? I mean, there's no way around it. The planes will destroy us. So we're going to need some air bases, and for this, I am going to disable the shake. I'll put the shake back on, but because I am doing an actual assault pattern, so to speak, I think we don't necessarily want the shake for this, because this we definitely don't want to waste our eggs. So I'm feeling pretty okay. We're going around the back. We could try and go for like their base or something like that, but we're not going to do that. We're not going straight for their base or anything crazy. We do want you to have 2. And you know what? We're going to pop 2 next to the urn port, because why not? And now the question is, how do we go? Do we go down this path and try and disrupt here? Do we go down the center? I think maybe going down the center is probably pretty okay, because again, it doesn't matter how well these survive, they just kind of have to do a little bit. You know, anything we destroy will get rebuilt. It is the nature of this assault. So I'm not super duper concerned about anything there. And I think this should do it. This should chain to both air bases. I'm not gonna be super worried about, you know, taking everything as is, but look at that, there we go. The chain is happening. There we go. The full chain is happening, and look at that. The airbase, one airbase. Oh, earn port down. Airbase down, which is great. Yep, that egg is about to pop, which is fantastic. Can we even see? I'm going to see if I can destroy all the planes. I think that would be a nice little touch. If we can get all the planes dead, that would actually be fantastic for us too, because, you know, even if you destroy the airfield, yes, they can't keep going, so to speak, but they can still fly until their ammo is out. And I'd rather, you know, destroy as many as possible. We have plenty of eggs. We have 20 more eggs. So if I can just destroy a couple more things in flight, then I'm pretty happy with that. You know, we destroyed all of their solar panels, which can never be rebuilt. So we've destroyed almost all of their planes. As you can see, now there's only a couple. They're still flying because they still have ammo. You know, we didn't really disrupt anything else, but getting rid of those planes, love it. Lovely, lovely stuff. We have 10 rocks, which is great. We have a center, which is problematic. Now, this center, obviously, we want to destroy. We do need more creep. Again, I think we need the creep to overwhelm, and we're going to sort of wait for these blobs and see what they do. Wherever the blobs go, maybe we'll try and back them up. Maybe. How is the air sac going? Yeah, I mean, haven't even... I mean, the other one popped. I'm sure we had an air sac. Just didn't do very, very well. And that's okay. That's the air sac life, you know? But as you can see, just by overwhelming and creep, we are controlling more lands. Here come the blobs, and as you can see, a lot of the blobs are going that way. A couple are coming this way, though, and we're going to see if we can reinforce this. So let's get going. Maybe we'll start to take some little bits here and there. You know, start with this top portion, which will be hopefully fantastic. As you can see, we're going to pop one in the center. We even got a mortar on this path, which is great. This mortar being down, it doesn't seem like much, but it's actually pretty substantial in our plan for taking this, because look at that, it's still recharging. Oh, you want to recharge so much, but we just popped that and you're done. You know, that one egg to get rid of a mortar is actually pretty substantial, because most of the time it takes more than one egg to get rid of a mortar when it is full. So one egg to essentially keep a mortar down is beautiful. We're going to line the outside wall with this. I don't want it to go all the way up. I kind of want the creep to make a big pool down here and thinly get under the mortars. That way, these mortars should shoot the big pool down below and not necessarily worry about what's under them. Now, they do have some back support, and that is the problem. Ooh, look, the creep is actually getting to these mortars. So I don't want to waste it. Look at that. Don't want to waste it. We have plenty of eggs left. Yeah, let's go for that. Again, just using it right when I'm like, okay, this is when we need to use it. Trying to, again, just eke out that little bit more in terms of usability. Now, this super mortar definitely causing some problems. So the question is, do we do a massive assault on the center, or do we try and just take the side, so to speak? Because this center is going to hold us up essentially forever, right? That many super mortars, that's going to be bad. Completely understandable. This should get that one mortar down, and we should have the line. Let's see. Let's check these planes. Oh, those planes turn around. You're turning around. Okay, so these planes have all landed. So these planes over here still have ammo, but they don't go all the way. I didn't realize the planes didn't go all the way down. Apparently they stop around here-ish, or there. So very, very cool. We don't have to worry about planes on this side of the map, We will if we cross, but again, there's only like 4 left or something like that, so I'm not super worried about that. Again, no earn port, very good for us as well. And now, what do we do? What do we do? Oh, I kind of want to assault the center, but again, I'm so afraid of the center. Oh, I'm a little paranoid. We have a friend in the sky. Look at him dance. Look at him play. Oh, happy day, happy day. Oh, our creep is pretty deep. We have some pretty deep creep, so I'm pretty happy with that. And let us go. Again, we're flowing out and holding this line. That's the most important thing. We have enough creep that we don't need to keep egging this to hold it. Our creep is flowing. Let's see how our blobs do. We have 10 and 40 seconds. I think we're going to wait for that, because if they can take out a couple of the frontliners, maybe we go for egging the super mortars. Ooh, my, oh my. And then maybe we can hold the front. Again, this line does not look good. Their defense in the back, not the best, but if we can just hold like here, I think that'd be great. Again, this I don't feel keen on because this is it's so thin. I hate the connections here. And again, look at this, like the connections over here, not the best. That was the skimmers. The blobs are coming up in 4 seconds. Let's transparent the creep and see what they do. I am going to turn the screen shake back on because I do believe in the screen shake. I do like it overall, as odd as it may be. Oh no, blobs, don't die. You are our only hope, blobs. Took out a mortar. Let's just get going. Let's just plop down. Maybe 10 or so eggs. Try and get the super mortars down. I think it's going to be super mortars or bust with this egg push. I think we should be okay to get most of them with the sheer quantity of eggs that we do have. And there goes 1, which is fantastic. There goes 2, which is fantastic. This third one, maybe. Oh, I probably should be popping those down. This one I'm surprised is still up. I figured that one would be like the first one to go. But there we go. It looks like this last one is the last super mortar involved. Popping some eggs manually. Yeah, that's dead. We have taken out all of the super mortars, which is great. There we go. And again, if our creep can just get in here, I'm going to try and get these MRIFs. Because these MRIFs, I think, they're supplying the front lines, right? Definitely don't want them involved. This should take out the next one. And again, it's causing a bit of a distraction in the back, which, while not the most impactful, is still impactful, which is great. Now you can see all power is coming from the base. No more MRIFs, which is, again, great. And we want to keep this down for a little bit. We only have 3 eggs left. But you can see, look, our creep is coming over the front line. Spore launcher, I hate you so much. I feel so bad, but I hate that spore launcher so much. I just want enough creep to be able to hold this. I don't want these MRFs back. I don't want them to be able to freely make some mortars back too, because again, mortars are the biggest problem. Cannons, they're annoying, but not the biggest problem, of course. And the question is, can we get creep in here? Again, it's so thin, it's hard. Now, once we get the creep in and sort of connected, it's fine. It's just getting the creep in and connected, and that is the concern, right? We only have 5 eggs left, so we're gonna need to sort of store up, unfortunately. But again, since we've added more creep, this is actually holding better and better. So again, more creep is just our pushing power right now. Even if we had 20 blobs not being able to control where they go, it's a crapshoot. Whereas just getting raw creep power is just consistency. It's consistency versus gambling, so to speak. I am choosing the path of consistency. So we shall see. Feeling pretty okay, looking at the top-down view. As you can see, this was the prime center. We have officially taken 4 of the spots. Again, there are no super mortars in the prime center anymore, which is great. And that's a big hindrance for them. We're actually even pushing in further with our creep power. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty happy with how the creep has held. I'm in big debate if I want to use and just make like a line, try and destroy this and see if this can come in. But again, that to me is a bit of a gamble because it's not going to flow very fast, and we only have 10 eggs. So say we use all 10 eggs and destroy all this. Well, by the time this row cleans it all up, if this doesn't flow all the way in, we've essentially lost 10 eggs, right? Because this set of mortars will push everything back to these spots yet again. So I am a little worried about that. Maybe we start doing some skimmers, because if we can skim this side, maybe that's how we do it, because we could do it with less than 10 eggs. Let's get our skimmers to 10. I did say I wanted to get my skimmers to 10. That was on my list. Ooh, blobs taking out the first 2 in this path. You know what? Change of plan. We are gonna try and take out a couple more here and see if we can push in just a little bit deeper. Again, I'm trying to push it into the deep creep so when the mortars hit, it doesn't kill the creep that's on top. And one more should do it. There we go. Another 2 fall to the creeper gads. Oh my. And hopefully that creep will just push in just that little bit further, because we can start... It's not. We'd have to actually push them back just a bit harder. It can hold maybe 2 or 3 of those, though. But once this one is built, it probably won't last, unfortunately. Although there is a super mortar here. And if we can take out the super mortar, that might actually be the thing that we need to do. So let's see. We'll get one there as well. Oh, look at our majestic friend. You're doing so good, majestic friend. Oh, there we have it. Again, super mortar does need a bit of work. Unfortunately, it is on a very tall plinth, so we do need quite a bit of our eggs to take it out. But we did take out the super mortar, which actually is quite a help in the long run, because now that's not going to be firing over again. Super mortars are bad mortars, of course. Ooh, Skimmer did some good work over here as well. So let's see if we can use that to our advantage and see if we can get a couple of kills. Hopefully, again, just get this to just grind in just that little bit further. And if we can grind into the MRFs, I'm feeling pretty happy with that. Now, we're not quite there, but we are getting just that little bit closer. This should maybe destroy the MRFs, which is my plan. Again, are the MRFs that important? The power's not that far away. It's going through pylons. The MRFs really aren't a huge deal. They do help, though, right? I mean, and I don't want them to have any help. And let's see if we can take out this. Maybe we can push. You know, if we can take out this block, we might be able to push into this corner. And that would actually be pretty nice. So that might be our next little chunk of gains, so to speak. There we go. Get these mortars down. All of these mortars being down, maybe we can hold the tops of these, which will be very nice to hold. And if we can hold these, maybe that will open up this, because this tower is going down, which is great. Or cannon. Yeah, cannon tower. Canower. 5 more skimmers, right? That's what we need? Yes, indeedy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And more creep, of course. And more creep. Should have done the skimmers before they popped. It's okay, though. Skimmers? Oh, doing some good work right over here. So let us see. I mean, as you saw right there, that is some pretty good connection for us. And it should take out a couple of mortars. We should maybe get a mortar here because of the skimmer. We got that one. And a creep is flowing in. That's what we want to see. I want to see more skimmers on this line. But let's see how deep it is in the flow. Because as you can see, it is flowing in. It's not that deep overall. If we on transparency, it's pretty flat there. That's the problem. But if these can start reinforcing it pretty highly, again, we have our skimmers coming in, which is fantastic. We do have some goodness right there. And you know what? Let's try and take this corner. I said it was a bit of a gamble, and I still believe it is. But if we can take out just a couple of these mortars, this can maybe flow in, maybe hold it. We have 1 egg left to hold, and that is the problem, right? So they are going to start rebuilding, and I'm going to want to watch this very, very closely, right? Because they are starting to rebuild. They're at, like, most of the way there. So let's get that done. That 1 egg. The 1 egg to rule them all. And you know what? We're going to rock up, you know? Let's just get their front lines. I did not want to use it like this, but at the same time, we don't have nullifiers anymore. So if we can get their front lines just like that, maybe we can get to the top. We just need this to be tall enough, and that's the problem. See? Oh, get that? All right, maybe, because that should help push it to the top. But we, oh, 1 more over here. Oh, it is working. That egg was very, very close. All right, maybe we're doing it. Maybe we're getting to the top. As you can see, it is rough, right? It is hard to hold this area because it's getting reinforced so slowly. But if we can push it, oh, look at the push that this has just done with all its beautiful creep. I think we're getting in there, though. I just need to use my eggs late to keep that going. Again, we don't have very many eggs. We're at 0 actually at the moment, so that's about as few as you can get. But we're getting the creep to where it needs to be, and this is the problem right now. As you can see, look, their mortars are keeping this thin, so we can take out this area almost indefinitely, right? And maybe we'll drop 1 more egg just to keep it. But look, like, there's no reinforcement. We were able to take out quite a few mortars, but we can't push in. So that's okay. That's okay. We'll keep our push going, and I think we're going to focus on the left side. Should have been doing this from the beginning. Again, I did like the center takeover. I think that was actually a very big help, and I do think it was good taking over, like, this chunk. It's just this corner is no bueno, no good. So the question becomes, how do we want to address this? And I think we want to start working on this line right there. Again, if we can take out just a chunk of creep, or a chunk of mortars, plus these cannons, I think that's going to be really big. Because these cannons are really preventing it from moving forward. And if we can take out these, move up just a little bit, which will let us get a better surround over here. We have 12 rocks at our disposal. And we need to determine what is the best use of these rocks as well. So, Alright, good. Our creep is moving up. Let's get that so we destroy that, make sure that doesn't come back, and hopefully just place a tiny bit of creep up there and a little bit down here. Let it do as much damage as possible, which is fantastic. More damage, more good. Again, we're going to toss down another one and just let it ooze up to the top. And hopefully that's just enough. Look at that. The ooze won out. Took out a couple more cannons, or mortars, which is fantastic. And this is the problem, right? This block is monstrous. You know, no one likes this block. But because we did what we did, we are progressing. The problem is, look at how tall some of these things are. So even if we're flowing in, getting to these mortars is the problem. So we can't necessarily... How tall is that? Like, these aren't that tall. So if we can get our creep to it, it should be good. Again, the problem is it is very, very aggressively. It's aggressively tall. You know, it's not easy for creep to flow. Even when it does outweigh it in terms of height, the problem becomes it doesn't outweigh it in terms of scalability, right? Because even though it's so tall right here, it has to go down and then creep forward, and then go up. And for it to go up, like, you can see, we've completely surrounded this, right? I mean, we've completely surrounded it in this little ditch. Oh, wow, it actually made it to the top. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. Let's work for our edge. You know, be an edgelord. We have 6. I think 6 is actually a very good amount to be an edgelord over here. Because we can spread out our eggs. You definitely don't want to put them in the same spot. By spreading them out, you cause a lot of strife, a lot of distractions, and that's ultimately what you want, right? So we're causing, again, strife in the back, distractions, some in the center. We've destroyed quite a few, and our creep is flowing from the side. So we should take out these three. We should essentially be able to hold, and it's these three that are quote-unquote the problem. We have one egg. Do I want to use it on them? I think I do, because those are about to be built, and I don't want those being built in that corner. So that should now not only destroy what's being built, but also those three as well. Which should also destroy this mortar, because it doesn't have the support of its mega wall. And of course we have the mega line, right? There's nothing we can do to that initially. We will need a slew of eggs. Again, there's no creeper or crimson. Like, crimson push would be very nice and helpful. I would love it. I think that would be a lot of fun, but no. Our blobs just aren't making it anymore because there's so many snipers. Same thing. Our skimmers are doing some work. Like, that skimmer is definitely going to do some work right there, which is fantastic. Look at that. Look at that beautiful skimmer. Ooh, that beautiful skimmer right there. Yeah, that's the skimmer that we want and deserve. Yes, please. We're actually getting to the point where we might actually start to be able to, again, we're pushing in this line. I think we've actually pushed forward so far. Yeah, all of the Air Force is done. They've been done for a little while, but, you know. And yeah, we're holding. Again, we're holding the line. We're getting in range of the super mortars. We don't have any mortar lures, of course. That would be, too cheaty, too fun, you know, whatever you want to put. I love mortar lures. I do. But let us try and get this corner and get started on making some progress. Again, we're causing some distractions in the back. They're turning around, going to the corner, and I think that should take the corner. We've taken a couple of them. We've taken the three that we wanted. It's going to take the fourth, which is fine, and we're going to start moving over. We just want to keep pushing our line, pushing our advantage, and we have 5 more boosts. How much creep do you produce, sir? 1,100. That's quite a bit of creep. I think we're okay for creep. I think the blobs are doing good, and then I'm going to do another 5 into skimmers. The blobs are doing some work when they hit. They're not hitting all the time, but we are destroying a lot of their sniper paths, which is fantastic. That's kind of my goal is to get rid of the snipers. And then if we can do that, I think we'll be in a very good state. As with before, spores can suck it because they're random. Oh, is a spore landing in their lands? Look at that! It's going right there next to a pylon. You're the best spore. And that spore, you're the worst. Again, you putting points in for a 50% chance, and again, the more map you control, the less likely the spore is to hit anything. Think about that, right? The further you are into the game, the worse each point into that spore is. So yeah, that's a big no to me. We have 5 eggs, which we're going to hopefully push into this path now. We want our 5 eggs to, if we can, get, again, just about the same amount as we got from the other side. Although this side will be more difficult because it does have the full line support. So if we can just get like this corner, I think that is the key element for us right now, getting something like that. We have 3 more eggs, which is fine, and we're going to keep moving along this side too now. Again, I took out the corner. I'm just seeing if they can hold it just that little bit. But if they can't, that's perfectly fine, because we are going to try and get this out. We don't want everything in our way again. We're just trying to cause some distractions, cause a couple of mortars to die, which we did. Got the snipers, got the mortars. Maybe that will be enough for this to crawl in. Get maybe this. You know what? Maybe we get a rock. Get rid of those. Let's see if we can get rid of those. Maybe that's enough for it to push in and just hold these dead. Again, that's the key. Hold what is dead. I find that is what's most enjoyable. By using just a couple of rocks, you know, we were able to make a few pushes, and if we can move to back here, I think that would be incredible. We do need quite a few eggs to do that. I think we would need maybe... Actually, we probably could do it with like 6 eggs, right? Man, maybe we'll do that. I think that might be the play. Just get to the back. Right? Start doing our surround. I mean, obviously we can go for their base. We can realistically go for their base at any time. And we could just egg this up. But I want their base to be last. That is, in essence, how I am playing. Oh, we're actually starting to cripple their economy. We're crippling their economy. It's happening. Oh my, that is glorious indeed. That's what we want to see, right? Are these actually running out of ammo? They are running out of ammo over here. Oh, it's happening. Let us get some more skimmers, because I did say we were going for skimmers, just for some fun. Let them go. Let them have fun. Air sac attack, you're doing great. You're my friend. You're doing the most. And we have 6. I do think 6 is a good value for this, because we're going to drop 2. Just like that. Just 2. Let those 2 do some damage. Again, they are running low on ammo, and we're going to do another set of 2, which is fantastic. And look at that. Just 2 sets of 2 destroyed the mortars on this side, which is fantastic. And one more just for good measure, and then another one for good measure. And again, we are taking more of their economy with this because now they're shooting over here. We're connecting this up. Let's see if this connection actually can hold, because that's what I want. I want this connection to hold over here. And as you can see, they're trying to rebuild, and them trying to rebuild is even worse for them. Oh my! Oh, happy days, happy days. We are coming in, and yeah, we're running their deficit up. Oh, come on. Destroy that mortar. That, you know you want to. Thank you. There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So again, they are trying to build. It is not going well for them. And our goal, as you can see, we are flowing on the side, which is perfect. That's what we want to see. And we want them to try and rebuild, but not quite get there, right? We want them to get to like 90%. I do believe a couple of blobs came in because we have a destruction over here, which is fantastic. This is still progressing. This is actually progressing, which is nice. As you can see, we are progressing down this line. Again, I think it's because of the deficit. And look, we've even progressed over here. The creep is finally making it to the edge. The deficit is causing an end of their world. Ooh, happy days. That's right. We have done it. We are overwhelming their corner, and that's truly what we wanted to see, of course. By overwhelming their corner, it just means that now we can hold this, and once this gets to one more bubble, you know, one more green bubble, there we go, look at that there, it's almost built. It can, oh, it did get built. Oh, I was going to try and get like the literal last second, and I was going to do a speech about its life and death, but, you know, I got a little cocky. So, that's fine. But look at this. The creep is coming. The creep is taking over. We've taken this over. Oh, it happened. Oh boy. More creep, because again, the creep is just winning out now. The blobs are doing the best. The skimmers are doing the best. And yeah. If we take out this tower and this tower, this has no power. Those are the towers of the powers, and we want them gone, and you are done. That's right. You had no power because of the deficit, and now you officially have no power because you're not even connected. Again, look at that. They are almost rebuilt. Nope, not gonna let that happen. Again, holding them back. Oh my! Was that an assault from an air sac? Look at you, air sac. Oh, jeez. I don't even know what to say, air sac. You have to. Oh. I can say that is a lot of work for a skimmer right there. Taking out a huge swath of their defenses. Again, you know what? I'm just going to toss one right there just to help the creep spread. Why not? I do want this area more than anything else, though, because we did quite a bit of damage. And again, taking out even 2 mortars right there, it means they're going to have to build it. And look at this. Look, I mean, that one egg, if this takes out this tower, then this cannon has no power. And if that cannon has no power, the creep should be able to take this corner. Although it did reconnect, which is a shame. Which is a shame. Over here, again, doing pretty solid. This is going to run out of ammo very easily, and I really wanted to, because once these really start running out of ammo, we're going to egg their miners. We only have 3 eggs right now, so I'm not super worried about it. But look at this. Look at the creep as it comes. And you can see, just these paths are really hemming our flow. If we had mesh, and could just mesh through these paths and make sure the creep is able to flow as optimally as possible, I think that would change this map in a huge, huge, huge way. I love the dynamic of the map. I like where it's going. Again, we're now even taking this without eggs, so you know what? I'm happy with that, right? I mean, boom, boom. Let's just do a huge egg drop on them. Right there. I figured they would shoot around a bit more, not have as much energy, but I guess they had just enough energy. Perfectly fine, though. As you can see, their deficit is only increasing. The skimmers are doing the most. The creep is winning out. Oddly enough, I thought I destroyed a tower like right there, and they're not even trying to rebuild it, which is interesting. So I find that interesting. Well, no, I guess it wasn't right there because I feel like this was a line of towers, unless maybe they were down below. But the creep is actually coming behind the base, which is fantastic. It's coming around. Oh, it's actually leaking in. Oh no! I wanted you for last. Please live, please. Yeah, their deficit is too immense. Everything is falling. Yeah. But hopefully their center will last. Fingers crossed. Oh no. I'm just gonna drop a whole slew of rocks on this side. Maybe the back side, because again, I want this side to be destroyed. This side is obviously going to be destroyed, so let's just make sure we pop these rocks. Again, we want everything destroyed before their main base. That is the key here. Let's make sure they can't recharge, of course. So let's, even though it does put them in a huge deficit, I would rather destroy their towers back here. Yes, you will fall. You will fall. And be transparent to creep. Did I miss any pop? Yep. Those got covered in creep. Perfectly fine. I think we done it. This side will fall, which is great. This side has fallen. The back has fallen. Going top down, it's just a couple of towers. You know what? Let's help it with an egg. Pop it right there. Make sure everything's covered. I think that has enough help. No, it doesn't. These mortars might... Oh, the mortars won. The mortars outlasted the base, but we destroyed everything else. I'm feeling pretty good about that. This has been the Forgotten City. Feeling pretty good about this. As a newest map created, fantastic job. I am quite the fan. They are still in a deficit somewhere, although I think everything is completely covered in creep. I don't even know what's using energy. It's not like they're trying to build something, so interesting that the deficit sticks around. But that being said, thank you very much for checking this out. I hope you enjoyed. Wow, 12 minutes. Look at that. 25 I can definitely believe. 14 I'm very impressed with. So my time, 51 minutes. Definitely a longer time, but more fun, more relaxed, nice and enjoyable. Feeling pretty good. Again, time-wise, I think that's a good, fun run. Not the best in the world, not the worst. Again, 13 minutes. I don't quite see how... I mean, I'm not going to lie. I do completely see how you do it. Basically, you just egg up the base, and then you do an egg chain, and you win. Right? That's what you do. You do an egg chain, and you win. That's all you need to do. But we're not doing an egg chain. We're not going for the best optimal time. We are just going for the fun win of the creep. So, thank you very much for checking this out. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I am trying to get to 1,000 now. I never thought I would actually have over 50, so having almost 400 blows my mind. So thank you to every single person who has subscribed. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time. Hey, take care.